Hello guys, welcome to BookBite Audio. In this video, I'm going to share the summary and key takeaways of the book, The 48 Laws of Power. Even if you've already watched a video on this book, you should still watch this one. Because before making this video, I've listened to the opinions of popular personalities from various fields, like self-improvement YouTubers, psychologists, neurologists, neuroscientists, philosophers, religious leaders, and spiritual teachers. So I've explored this topic from multiple perspectives. I've cherry-picked the best parts from their teachings, connected the dots between different ideas, and added my own opinions and experiences to create this video. What you learn here would guide you through your life. If someone genuinely applies what they learn from this video, they won't need to watch any other content on this topic again. So let's begin. Law 1, never outshine the master. Greene starts strong, don't outshine the master. That means never make your boss feel inferior. Think of the employee who has amazing ideas but constantly shows up their manager in meetings. At first, they're praised, until they mysteriously stop getting promoted. Why? Because power is fragile. Make those above you feel secure, not threatened. Praise their leadership. Let your brilliance shine subtly, not like a spotlight. Power flows when egos feel safe. Law 2, never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. This one's a gut punch. We want to believe our friends have our backs, but Greene warns, friendships mix emotions with logic. They forgive laziness and expect favors. But enemies? They're motivated. If you convert an enemy into an ally, they often work harder to prove their loyalty. Think of Abraham Lincoln, who famously said, "Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends?" Use people for what they bring, not who they are. Law 3, conceal your intentions. Imagine you're playing poker and you show your cards before the final bet. You've lost. Power is the same. Greene says, keep your goals secret. Don't reveal your next move. Why? Because when people don't know what you're after, always they say less than necessary words are like currency. Be social, spend too much, but never be fully transparent. Those who speak less always often seem more powerful. Why? Because silence creates mystery. The CEO who listens more than he talks owns the room. Think of Elon Musk. When he speaks, people listen because he doesn't waste words. Speak with intent, not impulse. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is power on autopilot. It enters rooms before you do. Lose it and you lose leverage. That's why celebrities hire entire teams just to manage their image. Your reputation is your brand. Protect it like your future depends on it, because it does. Be consistent, be honest, and if someone attacks it, defend it quickly and strategically. Law 6. Court attention. At all cost. In today's digital world, being invisible is worse than being hated. Greene says, be seen, stand out, create a signature style. Think of Lady Gaga. Her outrageous outfits? Not by accident. Visibility equals power. But don't confuse this with showing off. Be bold in a way that matches your mission. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. This one's controversial, but it reflects real life. Powerful people leverage the skills, time, and talents of others. They delegate, but stay in the spotlight. Think of Steve Jobs. He didn't build the computers himself, but he stood on the stage. Power flows to those who direct, not just those who do. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. Don't chase, create gravity. In business and life, the one who makes others move holds the power. Offer value, create mystery, and people will come to you. Ever noticed how luxury brands never go on sale? That's power. They don't chase customers chase them. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. You can win a debate and still lose respect. Greene warns, words rarely change minds. Results do. Don't argue, prove. Want to show you're valuable at work? Don't tell your boss. Show them in numbers. Deliver results. Actions silence critics faster than any comeback. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky sounds cold, but hear this. Emotions are contagious. Surround yourself with negativity, and you absorb it. Hang around those who always fail, and you'll start believing success isn't possible. Protect your energy. Stay near the ambitious, the curious, the doers. Power flows toward those who guard their circle. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. If you want lasting power, you must become indispensable. Power isn't just gained, it's maintained through dependence. The moment people feel they can do without you, they will replace you. So how do you stay valuable? Create unique skills, offer insights no one else can. Think of top consultants, or even your favorite creators. They don't just do the job, they own a style, a system, a voice. In the workplace, make yourself the go-to person for key knowledge or results. When people rely on you, they fear losing you. And that's real power. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Sometimes, one well-timed act of honesty can do more for your influence than 100 manipulations. Greene says selective honesty builds trust. Quickly, imagine a salesperson who admits a product's small flaw. Instantly, they seem more believable. Why? Because honesty, when rare, becomes powerful. Give a gift unexpectedly. Admit a mistake before someone calls it out. These moves lower people's defenses. And once that happens, your influence flows naturally. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy. This law reveals a truth most people avoid. People are motivated by their own needs, not yours. Don't beg or guilt others into helping you. Instead, show them what they gain from helping you. Need your coworker to stay late? Frame it as an opportunity for them to shine. Want your audience to support your brand? Show how it transforms their lives. Appealing to self-interest isn't manipulation, it's alignment. And aligned interests lead to powerful partnerships. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. It might sound shady, but Greene reminds us, information is currency. The most powerful people aren't loud, they're observant. Be curious, ask questions, listen more than you talk. People love to reveal themselves, and if you're subtle, they'll tell you everything. Fears, dreams, alliances, weaknesses. This isn't about deceit. It's about understanding the game better than anyone else. Think of it like chess. Every move they make gives you data. Use it. Law 15. Crush your enemy. Totally. This one is hard to hear, but crucial. When you defeat an opponent, whether in business, politics, or even personal power struggles, never leave room for them to return. Half-defeated enemies only regroup, resent, and come back stronger. Think of historical empires that allowed defeated rulers to stay in power. Most of them crumbled later. Greene doesn't mean violence. He means decisiveness. End conflicts completely. Leave no ambiguity. A clean win means no future threat. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Too much presence breeds familiarity. And familiarity, as they say, breeds contempt. Greene says, vanish occasionally. Let people miss you. When you're always around, your value plateaus. But when you withdraw, strategically, your worth rises. Think of iconic celebrities or leaders who disappear between projects. Their silence builds anticipation. Don't be too available. Let scarcity amplify your presence. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. People feel secure when they can predict your actions. But predictable people are easy to control. Greene advises you to inject surprise into your behavior. Be calm one day, intense the next. Change your schedule. Break patterns. Why? Because unpredictability puts others on edge. It forces them to focus on you. And in that uncertainty, you control the rhythm. Think of great strategists or even compelling movie villains. Their power comes from never knowing their next move. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. In a world full of stress and betrayal, isolation can feel safe. But Greene warns, it's deadly. When you cut yourself off, you lose touch with information, alliances, and the flow of influence. Think of leaders who surround themselves with only yes men. Eventually, they lose the pulse of the people and fall. Stay connected, build networks, engage in the chaos of the world, because power grows through interaction, not retreat. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. Not all enemies are created equal. Greene teaches that some people are emotional time bombs. You may win a confrontation, but they'll explode later, causing more damage than expected. Study people. Learn their personalities. Some forgive. Some seek vengeance. Know when to confront and when to step back. Power often comes not from fighting battles, but avoiding the ones that would destroy you. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. In a world that pressures you to pick sides, Greene tells you, remain independent. Commit to your own goals, not other people's agendas. This doesn't mean you can't support others, but don't be defined by them. Float between alliances. Stay adaptable. Think of Switzerland during major world wars. Neutral, respected, and powerful through strategy. Power favors the flexible, not the overly loyal. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. Sometimes power comes from perception, not dominance. Greene advises us to downplay our intelligence when needed. Why? Because when people think you're naive or less informed, they let their guard down. They show their cards. Think of undercover bosses or wise fools in ancient tales. They gain insight by being underestimated. When you seem too smart, others get defensive. But when they think they have the upper hand, that's when you gain true leverage. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. When you're overpowered, fighting back can destroy you. But surrendering, when done strategically, is not weakness. It's a delay tactic. It buys time, creates space, and can psychologically disarm the victor. Think of it like judo, using your opponent's strength against them. When someone expects resistance and receives peace instead, it unsettles them. Greene shows us that surrender isn't giving up. It's stepping back to strike later, smarter. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. In a world full of distractions, scattered energy leads to diluted results. Greene's law reminds us, success comes from focus. Concentrate your power, resources, and attention on one clear target. Great empires, legendary businesses, and powerful leaders all understood this. Amazon started with books. Apple began with computers. They focused, dominated, and then expanded. When you spread yourself too thin, you lose impact. But focused effort, that builds empires. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. Power is rarely taken. It's granted. And in social environments, those who rise master the game of influence. The courtier is the ultimate player, respectful, charismatic, and skilled in subtle manipulation. They read the room. They flatter strategically. They never challenge openly, but always climb quietly. In today's world, that might be your office, social circle, or even online space. Greene teaches that charm, grace, and political tact can get you further than brute force ever will. Law 25. Recreate yourself. The most powerful people aren't born, they're designed. Greene argues that your identity is your greatest creation. Don't let society or others define you. Craft the version of yourself that aligns with your ambition. Think of Madonna reinventing herself decade after decade, or Elon Musk transforming industries with each new venture. Reinvention is not betrayal. It's evolution. When you shape your image with intention, the world responds with opportunity. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. When power plays get messy, smart players stay behind the curtain. This law is about optics. Let others carry out controversial tasks while you maintain an untouchable reputation. Think of CEOs who fire employees through HR, or leaders who act through advisors. It's not about being cruel, it's about protecting your image. In a world of perception, being seen as blameless gives you control, influence, and trust. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Humans crave meaning. Greene shows that tapping into that desire can create movements. If you offer hope, certainty, and a grand vision, people will follow. Think of Steve Jobs turning technology into a belief system, or influencers who sell lifestyle, not just products. Speak with conviction. Deliver rituals. Position yourself as the one who knows the path forward, and people will walk it with you. Belief is power, and you can build it through storytelling. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Hesitation kills influence. Greene argues that if you act, do it boldly. Doubt spreads like a virus, and when people sense you're unsure, they lose faith. But boldness, even when flawed, inspires. Think of generals, founders, or artists who made radical moves and won loyalty. Fortune favors the brave. Make your presence known. Whether you're launching a project or expressing your opinion, do it with certainty. That energy commands attention and respect. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Too many people focus only on the next move. Greene reminds us, real power players think 10 steps ahead. Every decision should connect to a bigger strategy. You don't just climb the mountain, you plan the descent. Think like a chess master. Visualize the final checkmate before the first pawn moves. Whether it's your career, a relationship, or a business, map out the end game. Power lies in control, and control begins with clarity. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Work hard, but never look like you're working hard. Why? Because effort ruins illusion. Greene explains that true power lies in grace, doing the impossible while making it look easy. Think of a dancer on stage or a negotiator who lands $1 million deal with a smile. Behind the scenes, it's strategy and sweat, but to the world, it's pure magic. When you master this art, you seem gifted, not just skilled, and that perception makes you magnetic. Law 31, control the options. Get others to play with the cards. You deal power isn't just about making decisions. It's about making others think they're deciding. Greene shows how powerful people shape outcomes by offering limited, pre-calculated choices. It's like being a magician giving someone 2 cards to pick from, both of which lead to your desired outcome. Parents use this trick. So do CEOs, politicians, and negotiators. When you offer choices, make sure every path benefits you. That's the secret to staying in control while appearing generous. Law 32, play to people's fantasies. Reality is harsh. People often prefer illusion over truth. Greene teaches us that tapping into fantasy, dreams, hopes, desires, wins hearts. Successful brands do this every day. Apple doesn't sell phones, it sells innovation. Luxury car companies don't sell transport, they sell status. If you want to lead, sell more than facts, sell a feeling. When you offer escape, aspiration, or magic, people follow willingly. Law 33, discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has a weakness, an emotional hotspot you can press when needed. Greene says power comes from identifying it. Is it pride, insecurity, a secret desire for validation? The key is observation. Listen more. Watch reactions. Once you know someone's thumbscrew, you have leverage. Use it ethically or strategically, depending on the game. This isn't about cruelty. It's about reading people deeply and influencing effectively. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Confidence commands respect. If you act like you deserve greatness, people often believe it. Greene reminds us, carry yourself with presence. Even if you're starting from scratch, speak and behave as if you're already where you want to be. Royalty isn't about birth. It's about self-perception. Think of Oprah, who rose from poverty yet exudes elegance and command. When you respect yourself at a high level, others follow suit. Master the art of timing. Even the right move can backfire if done too soon or too late. Timing is everything. Greene emphasizes patience and awareness. Know when to strike, when to wait, and when to retreat. History is full of people who lost power because they rushed in or held back too long. Like a surfer waiting for the perfect wave, power players study momentum. Learn to read the room, feel the tempo of events, and move with precision. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Obsession gives power to your enemy. If something or someone is out of reach, don't chase. Dismiss it. Disregard gives you strength. Greene says when you act like you don't care, people wonder why. And that gives you the psychological edge. When you ignore rivals, you deny them your energy. Power is in self-control, and nothing is more powerful than being emotionally untouchable. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Visuals stir emotion faster than words. Greene reveals that grand gestures, symbols, and bold presentations can make ideas unforgettable. Whether it's political rallies, viral videos, or the way a product is packaged, people remember what moves them. In your own life, this means thinking bigger. Don't just share an idea, perform it, make it visual. Power comes to those who leave a mark people can't unsee. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others, blend in to survive, stand out to win, at the right moment. Greene warns us not to expose radical thoughts too openly. When you're surrounded by the crowd, adopt its rhythm, but behind the scenes, think freely. Innovators who acted too soon were burned. Galileo was silenced. Tesla died broke. Play along with the norms until the stage is set to change the script. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Anger makes people stupid. Greene says one of the easiest ways to gain power is to agitate others while you stay calm. If you can rattle someone emotionally, they'll make mistakes, and you'll remain in control. This isn't about cruelty, it's about strategy. Like a chess player forcing blunders by creating pressure. You gain the upper hand by keeping your cool when others lose theirs. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Nothing truly valuable is free. Greene teaches us that power players avoid handouts because everything has a price. Free gifts create obligation. Instead, be the one who gives, on your terms. invest in yourself, pay your way. This builds independence and respect. And when others see that you don't rely on favors, they view you as self-made and powerful. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes, inherit legacy, but don't live in someone else's shadow. Greene warns against following legends too closely. You'll always be compared, and usually unfavorably. Instead, forge your own identity. Use the past as a platform, not a prison. Think of Steve Jobs and Tim Cook. Cook didn't copy Jobs. He evolved Apple in his own way. Power lies in originality, not imitation. Law 42. Strike the shepherd, and the sheep will scatter. Disrupt a group by removing its leader. Greene shows that most groups, movements, or mobs are held together by a central figure. Eliminate or neutralize that figure, and the group crumbles. Whether in business, politics, or conflict, don't waste time debating the crowd. Find the influence behind it and deal directly with them. Targeted power beats scattered effort every time. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Power isn't just built on force, it's built on influence. Greene emphasizes that if you want lasting control, you must win people emotionally. Logic can convince someone today, but emotion will keep them loyal tomorrow. Whether it's by empathy, inspiration, or psychological finesse, true leaders appeal to the inner world of their followers. Think of how great storytellers, brands, or even movements capture people. Not with data, but with heart. When you align your goals with others' desires, you don't push them, you pull them. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. There's nothing more unsettling than seeing yourself reflected. Greene explains the mirror effect. Copy your opponent's behavior, tone, or moves to confuse and disarm them. It's like psychological judo. When someone feels mocked or mirrored, their control cracks. They second-guess themselves. They react emotionally. Used subtly, this technique can turn confidence into chaos. It's why experienced negotiators sometimes mimic tone and posture. It builds rapport or quietly unbalances the other party. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Humans are creatures of habit. Even when people want change, they fear the unknown. Greene warns us, move gradually. Revolution sounds noble, but too much change too fast breeds resistance. Power lies in evolution, not chaos. If you're in a leadership role, whether in a startup or social circle, introduce change in phases. Keep familiar elements intact. Make people feel secure, even as you subtly guide them to a new direction. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Perfection breeds envy, and envy breeds enemies. Greene teaches that it's smarter to reveal small flaws or vulnerabilities. This doesn't mean acting weak, it means being human. If you appear too flawless, people root for your fall. But if you show struggle or self-deprecating humor, they relate. This is why charismatic leaders often share personal stories. They seem real, not robotic. Power isn't just about admiration, it's about trust. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Success can be intoxicating, but Greene issues a warning. When you win, don't overplay your hand. Know when to step back. Many powerful people lose everything because they didn't know when enough was enough. Think of gamblers who bet the winnings, or companies that overexpand. The art of restraint is the final layer of mastery. Stop at the peak. Let others crave more. That's how legends are made. Law 48. Assume formlessness. This final law is about ultimate adaptability. Greene concludes by telling us that the most powerful people don't cling to identity, plans, or roles. They adapt like water, fluid, responsive, unpredictable. In today's fast-changing world, rigidity is death. Be flexible in thought, strategy, and emotion. When you're formless, nothing can pin you down. And that's the ultimate position of power. So now that you've absorbed all 48 laws of power, one thing is crystal clear. Power isn't something you're given. It's something you understand, practice, and ultimately master. Whether you're building a brand, leading a team, navigating relationships, or designing your dream life. These laws are your hidden advantage in a world where everyone's playing a game, whether they admit it or not. But before you go, let me give you something even more powerful. Your mind. If you're ready to go even deeper and truly transform the way you attract success, happiness, and abundance into your life, check out my ebook, The Law of Attraction. This isn't just another read. It's a blueprint to align your subconscious mind with your biggest dreams. You'll find the link in the description below. Thousands have used it to unlock results they once thought were impossible. Now it's your turn. And if this video sparked something in you, if it made you think differently, feel differently, or act differently, then don't stop here. Tap into your financial mind next by watching our audiobook summary of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It'll open your eyes to the mindset shift that separates the rich from the rest. Just click the video on screen and continue your journey toward true freedom. This is BookBite Audio, feeding your mind one powerful book at a time. Keep growing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one.